Hopefully things are going well for you, but I just got something that caught my eye, and yeah, this is a breaking news commentary. A breaking news video game commentary news video, ladies and gentlemen. And I know you guys are like, okay, I'm beating around the bush and I need to go straight to the point, so on with it. Absolutely on with it. So many of you guys have known about Galgun. Now, Galgun has been pretty much a hidden gem franchise that is pretty much about finding love and pretty much being chased by girls and ended up being suddenly popular by the girls because of supernatural situations. And however, you're delving into the concept of angels and demons all over the place alongside the idea of romance and love. Now, when Galgun first debuted, the first game was essentially import only. It was on Xbox until, I think, like a year or a few months later, it started showing up on, I can't remember the exact release date of the PlayStation 3 version, but I know it was like Xbox exclusive. It was like a timed exclusive until the game was like released on PlayStation utilizing the PlayStation Move. Now, like I said, the very first Galgun game was essentially import only. It never got a localization. However, when it came to Galgun Double Peace, it was localized in English onto Western PlayStation 4s and PlayStation Vitas, and then was later ported to the PC. And then when it came to like the Oculus Rift and HTC Vive, which are like your VR devices, there was like a standalone VR experience for Galgun titled Galgun VR. And then when it came to the Nintendo Switch launching, and it was like closely at the same time, we got Galgun 2. And not only did we get Galgun 2 coming out simultaneously for PlayStation 4s, Nintendo Switches, and PCs, but if you happen to own the game on PC, you are offered like a DLC pack to basically play Galgun 2 with your VR headset, thus playing Galgun 2 in VR. It's been like 2 years since Galgun 2, and we haven't gotten any new announcements until now. And that is where Galgun Returns comes in. Now, what is Galgun Returns? Why is it called Galgun Returns? Because Galgun Returns, that is officially revealed by Inti-Creates and P-Cube both, because it's like a huge international announcement and reveal. And what it is actually, it is a remake of the first Galgun game. The Galgun game that I mentioned was import only. Okay? Now, when it came to the first Galgun game, you were given 4 main character girls, and if I remember right, there was 1 angel that was apparently introduced. But now we're like getting 2 angels. Not only that, but the second angel in question is Ekaro from Galgun Double Peace, which is something interesting. Now, they're looking to get everyone fully voiced, and yes, I'm talking about the devs over at Inti-Creates. The devs over at Inti-Creates are going to be non-stop with adding new stuff to Galgun Returns, and some people say it's a remastered, but to be honest with you here, I'd rather just call it a remake because there's like more additional stuff and more visual detail added to it. Like, they just, like, for example, they mentioned more event CGs, and that's going to be crazy. And like I said, Inti-Creates are going to go ahead and develop this game, while P-Cube will go ahead and traditionally localize this game in English. Oh, and I'm going to go ahead and cut myself off, because this is going to be surprising news to everybody. But, however, if you have played the first Galgun, if you know the first Galgun, it wouldn't be of no... well, actually, it's going to be surprising to everyone. Even almost surprising for those who know the first game. Okay, so we are essentially looking at a 2021 release target, of course. But, however, here's the twist. The game's going to be on PC via Steam, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox One. Yeah, no PlayStation 4 release. And actually, to be honest with you here, if we're talking about the Xbox One version of Galgun Returns, we're definitely going to see a Xbox Series version for Galgun Returns. No shit. Alongside the official updates via Twitter, there's already like an official website for Galgun Returns, especially an official English website by P-Cube. And another thing to keep in mind, there is an official announcement trailer, especially an English official announcement trailer by P-Cube themselves as well. So with that totally said, I think we're definitely going to be looking at like a huge international release for Galgun Returns. Now, what is Galgun? Galgun is like a huge name in the niche game business because it is, well, a wacky little anime game that is actually like a rail shooter. Think of it like House of the Waifus. A combination of House of the Dead with waifus, except girls are chasing you and you have to fend off the girls until you find your one true love. But how do you defend yourself against the girls coming after you? You just fire this ecstasy gun, which fires ecstasy at the girls and keeping them satisfied at bay until you go ahead and find true love. Now, the game normally takes place at a Japanese academy. And, yeah, I got to get that out of the way because many people are going to go ahead and jump to that idea. Yeah, it does sound like something, but not really. So, basically, what Galgun is, it's sort of like a combination of shooting up the school, except not really, and waifus, anime waifus. And in case I forgot to bring it up, Galgun is essentially a rail shooter. It's a shooter on rails. If you have played games like, say, for example, House of the Dead and Virtua Cop and Time Crisis and Area 51, I'm talking about the classic arcade, not the 2000s remake, okay? You'll be more familiar with the genre that pretty much where Galgun fits in. It's a rail shooter, just like House of the Dead, Time Crisis, Area 51 Classic. As I did mention, Galgun Returns is a remake, and I'm calling it a remake of the very first Galgun game. And the very first Galgun game was not localized at all. It was never localized and translated to English on Western Xbox 360s and PlayStation 3s. So this is going to be the first time ever that the West gets to experience the very first Galgun game. And this is a very big deal in the Galgun franchise, especially internationally. I think Galgun Returns should utilize like light gun support or motion controls, just like Galgun 1 supported motion controls when it came to the Xbox 360 and PS3 when Galgun 1 came out on those platforms. And I was really bummed out when I didn't get the opportunity to enjoy Galgun Double Peace with PlayStation Move, because there would be no motion control support for the PlayStation 4 version when it came to Galgun Double Peace. I was like really bummed out. But however, when it came to Galgun VR and Galgun 2, I was happy to play the game in VR, especially with the motion controls, and I had a blast. With the Sinden light gun in mind, I would like to play this game with the Sinden light gun, by the way. Also, another thing to note is I would like it if Galgun Returns also got a VR mode. Like, not only a VR mode, but an improved VR mode with more VR stuff into it when it comes to the PC versions, and that would be nice. Also, when I was talking about Galgun 2, I said to think of Galgun 2 as like the beginner's way of starting Galgun, and then you just go backwards, then you go to Galgun Double Peace, and then you go down to Galgun 1. I think Galgun 1, unless there was a way for Inti-Creates to decide to make sure it gets streamlined, let's just say, rather than like in Galgun 2, you're like given like a lot of snacks until the girl is satisfied, like you would do that with the two characters, But if we were to talk about Galgun 1 and Galgun Double Peace, it was like a multiple choice where you have to choose wisely or your sorry ass is getting the bad ending. So with that totally said, it's glad that we're seeing Galgun 1 finally coming out onto Western consoles and being remade at all internationally, because to see Galgun 1 get remade with a lot of new stuff being added is really surprising, and it does make sense on why the Galgun series has been pretty much absent for like 2 years. So that's all the news we got in returns to Galgun Returns, and yeah, get ready for some wacky anime waifu antics. And yeah, it's gonna happen next year, and I'll be looking forward to you in the next video. In the meantime, peace out.